I just shot a bounce pig at like 54 yards. On camera. I got out of the stand. The stand is back there. He was at 110. That was a freaking giant pig. I just shot him at 54 yards. We're gonna. I'm pretty sure I heard him crash. Definitely heard him squeal and definitely heard meat pop. We're gonna sit down and see what's going on. Holy crap. Alright, so after reviewing the footage, that pig very clearly took a step before the arrow got there. So I now have no clue where I hit him. I might have still got the back of the lungs, and he's 60 yards into the trees laying there dead. I may have gut shot him. I have no idea. And it is dark, and he was very big, and I could see cutters looking through binoculars. I'm not going in there after him. So we'll go look for him in the morning. Alright, so last night we could not find this arrow. Ain't got just a ton on it. But a little bit of a bent blade. But I got a complete freaking pass through at 54 yards on that big hog. And he was standing about where Brad's at, and I just found it all the way over here underneath this cedar. That's why we couldn't find it last night. Well, unfortunately, that's just going to be us calling it right there. There's no blood to follow. I found my arrow, and it wasn't a gut shot because there's not green and it don't smell all over it. I have a little bit of blood all over it, but it's not like a perfect double lung hit where it's saturated. You saw it there, it's thin blood all the way over it. I don't know. There's no blood to follow, and I'm not going to keep pushing on my neighbor's land over here to try and find a hog. If this was a big buck, or hell, even a doe, I would continue looking and probably even call the neighbor, and hell, they would most likely come help us. But for just a pig, I'm not going to keep pushing onto my neighbor's land, who's also a hunter, and I got real good relations with, and stirring up deer looking for a hog. So we're going to call it and go back to hunting. So what you just watched happened the first weekend of October, so that was like the 3rd and the 4th, something went in there, and we quit looking, backed out, hadn't seen him since. And then November 30th, you can check the date there, on the Moultrie cameras, I get this video. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that looks like an arrow hole in the armpit to me. That another big boar looks just like the one I shot, maybe 80 yards from where I shot him from, and that camera is where he came out of whenever I went and got on him. And that is the side that I shot him on as well. Did never get a video of the other side to see if there was a pass-through mark. But I'm about 95% sure that's the pig I shot. And if so, that is one tough boar. Because that still looks like a good shot to me. All I can figure is at that distance, there's enough coming down arrow arch that I slid under everything. And that's why he survived. But man, even if it's not my pig, that big of a cut on the side and walking around like nothing's going on and everything's fine. These pigs are tough, and that's really cool. So tell me in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think that's my pig? Am I freaking crazy? What do you think?